When I'd been taken to court initially, uh, the list of witnesses that they'd said were to witness against me would be Constable Roy Normore, uh, Constable Roach, T.L.E. Kickman, and my sister, Suzanne Pryor Verrera. Uh, that surprised me. My sister, when she was pregnant, was very toxic. My girlfriend and I then, now my wife, were watching TV. I heard her in the bedroom, very loud, almost choking noises. So I said to Audrey, I better go see what's happening. She was toxic, was having an epileptic fit apparently, and had her tongue bit in coal black, and then nearly bit half in two. So I got a spoon, put in her teeth so she wouldn't bite her tongue off, and promptly went to the neighbor next door, Lloyd Price, then to another neighbor, Claude Miles. I couldn't lift her. She was my sister, but I couldn't lift her. So I needed the two of them to help me take her to a car and get her to the hospital. So they did. And I said to the doctor, Sir, why couldn't I lift my sister? And he said, you just saved her life. She was a dead weight. And I said, yeah. And he said, oh, yeah. 5 more minutes and you wouldn't have had a sister. So I said, oh, yeah. So the next day I went to the hospital to visit her, and Audrey came with me again. Uh, our mother was there. And I was promptly told, look, I didn't ask you to save my life. You get the F out of here. And my mother says, yeah, you better get out of here because you're just annoying her and she's sick now, so you get the F out of here. So my girlfriend Audrey and I left. I was surprised that she would witness against me in a court to say I'm lying. She knows it's true. That was in 1968. This was the second child, Aaron. The previous child, Marjorie, was from Hickman. The second child, Aaron, it's possibly from Hickman or Bill Matthews and his friends. It's possible either way. They were all having sex with her by 68, 69, both of them. She was supposed to be a witness in court against me. When it came to time for her to come to court, Elaine Reed of the Crown Prosecutor's Office said that she was refusing to come and witness, and they wanted to videotape her and have a videotape as a witness. And I said, no, I object to that. If my sister is going to lie on the stand, I want her to look at me and tell me in a courtroom that I'm lying and she's not. So unless she comes here and witnesses in a court and faces me with the truth, then I'm not accepting any videos. And the judge said, well, unless there's a medical reason and letters to support that, then no, she must come to court and witness. A brother-in-law told me that he was informed that she told the Crown Prosecutor's Office that if she was subpoenaed and forced to come to court as a witness, that she would tell the whole truth and it wouldn't be any good for their case. So she was never brought to court as a witness. Last night, after this news in court yesterday, I contacted my sister in Marystown. I said, Lucy, uh, these people are out to kill me.
This is the other sister.
This is another sister. Uh, if you don't help me and come forward to the RCMP and talk to the rest of my sisters, then they're going to get rid of me and put me in the Waterford. She cried and said, I love you, and I'll contact them as soon as I can. Last night I talked with my sister Lucy in Marystown, and she said that she's going to get in touch with my sister Joan in Brampton and see if they can contact Suzanne, who apparently now lives in Quebec. My sister Lucy lives in Marystown. Joan, my sister Donna, my brother Ellen, and live in Brampton, Ontario. And apparently my sister Suzanne now lives someplace in Quebec. I don't know her address. But Lucy said that she's going to talk to Joan, and they're going to see if they can get together and approach possibly the RCMP or someone that they can contact and see if she can help support me. Lucy said, Byron, I can't back up everything you're saying because you're older, but I know what you're saying is true. And hopefully, I'm hoping that between now and the 21st, when I have to go back to court, that maybe we can get together. I've done everything I can to support them. I just want them all to be honest with themselves. Until they do that, we can't get past this. If you're not honest with yourself, then you never become a good person. That's something I pray that they do before they put me in the Waterford. And if they do put me in the Waterford, then I wish them all the best. And I love them.
Oh, Byron. So when was the last time you've talked to Suzanne? How long has it been?
I haven't spoken with my sister Suzanne since I called her when the court started initially. I believe that was 2007. I called her at her office in Toronto and spoke with her for about an hour. I asked her then, Suzanne, please help me out here. And she said, Byron, if you want to pursue Ali Kickman, you're going to have to do it on your own. I'm not going to help you. That was in 2007, I believe. And that's the last time I spoke with her.
And what reason did she give?
She didn't give me a reason. She just said, you're on your own. When she was finished high school in Grand Bank, she was promptly hustled out of town, taken to Ontario, given a job with a couple of Italian guys there with a concrete company. And she'd worked for them ever since. Apparently, they were friends of one of Ali Kickman's family members. And as far as I knew, she was still working there. But apparently in the past year or so, she's finished and moved from Ontario and lives in Quebec someplace. But I don't know any more than that, other than we had a uncle that died, Uncle Leo Pryor, back in, I believe that would be probably 95. She called and said she'd like to come home to the funeral, but she didn't have any way down or back or a place to stay. So I said, that's fine, I'll pick you up at the airport, you can come with me and I'll bring you back and you can stay with us. And we'll find a place down there when we get there. And she said, okay. So we met at the airport, and first thing she did was apologize. We both had a good cry. She said, I'm sorry, and I said, yeah, me too. She came to our house and played with our son for a couple of days. We went to the funeral and came back, and I thought, well, I got my sister back.